I just got here from India. Yeah, and I recently learned when you're dating here what's first base, second base, third base, and the home run. Because in India, the first base is looking at someone, and the second base is your wedding. A third base is having a baby. And the home run is getting to know each other. When a couple here says they're married, people ask, how did you meet? We Indians ask, did you meet? Usually the dad will decide the marriage. So anytime I see an attractive woman, I start flirting with her father. I'm like, hey daddy, what's your love language? So my father is going to choose my wife. So I pray to God that my dad is an ass man. I asked my mother, I'm like, how did your father choose my dad? And she was like, well, no one in his family had active tuberculosis. That is it. He had to be breathing and not contagious. That is all. In some parts of India, the dowry system is still alive. So a bride's family give groom's family money based on his perceived value. So if I went to Stanford, I get $500,000. If I went to MIT, get $1 million. Because I'm a comedian, they're asking that I sign a prenup. Yeah, my dad might not be an ass man, but he's definitely a cash man. So my parents were the ones who told me to do comedy. Do you realize how bad you have to be at everything else that your Indian parents suggest that you try comedy? Yeah, I asked my dad, I'm like, are you sure? Should I do comedy? And he's like, yeah, it's like everything you've tried so far has been a joke. That is true though. I got fired twice. And this is how you know how bad the economy is doing. When an Indian guy with this accent gets fired from IT and support. You don't need job numbers. Just call me. If I still don't have a job, we have a recession. I've been listening to these songs, and I was listening to this very popular song on TikTok. It's trending right now. It's called I Woke Up in a New Bugatti. And it's a song by Ace Hood. And Ace goes, 100,000 I spent on my wrist, 200,000 I spent on your bitch. You pussies can afford it. 4,200 my mortgage. And I was like, yo, Ace, those numbers make no sense. A 4,200 monthly mortgage at a 6.5% interest rate on a 30-year term loan is 700K. With the money Ace spent on his wrist and on my bitch, he could have paid half the fucking loan. The moment he drove new Bugatti off the lot, that depreciated by 20%. That's another 400K. Which means Ace could have paid off the house had he just bought a used Bugatti. Now a 700K house in a proper downtown does not come with a garage. So Ace is parking a new Bugatti on the street. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Ace has to wake up 8 in the morning to move his Bugatti from this side of the street to the opposite. So here is my advice to Ace. You don't need to send $200,000 on my bitch. Trust me, $20 at Applebee's, she's happy. So I read out the lyrics. And this is my lyrics of how Ace should have taken care of his finances. 100,000 in my IRA, 200,000 in 401k. I take my bitch to my uncle's Subway. We get a foot long and I split it halfway. I bought a used Toyota and a parking. With all the saving, I got my bitch working. That's how you save money and keep your bitch happy, Ace. Because if Ace did not cut down his spending, his next album would be called Ace Now Homeless. I've observed different people here react to humor differently. When I tell something funny to my black or Latino friends, they laugh. I tell the funniest joke to my white friend Andrew, and he goes, "That's hilarious, bro." I'm like, Andrew also makes fun of me because I eat with my hands. He said, "Vineet, that is unhygienic. That is gross." And I'm like, "Andrew, you keep telling me that you eat your girlfriend's ass." After she has had curry at my place. Can we all agree that is the worst time to do it? I went on a date just to see how it is, and it was going really well. So I just asked standard questions. I'm like, "Hey, where are you from? What's your birthday? What is your favorite color?" She accused me of trying to steal her identity. And she was lying. She said brown is her favorite color. It's not. It's white. I know that because I hacked her bank account. I did not. Just for those of you, I need to clarify. Yeah, there are, before I got here, I worried about speaking English. And because English is a very difficult language. Your last two presidents couldn't speak it. It's difficult. I don't blame them. And because the English is my third language. In my native language, we don't have any pronouns. So when I was learning English, I always had to ask which pronoun to use, when to use he, she, they, them, their. Until I got here and realized that you have the same problem. I was just way ahead of the curve. Yeah. I speak Spanish as well, which means I'll get deported twice. I went on another date, and I'm just trying to learn, I'm trying to assimilate in the culture. And so I went on a date, and I said, "What's your hobby?" And she's like, "Oh, I like to do kickboxing, I'm a black belt in karate, and I go to gym." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty strong." And she was strong. Then she asked me, she's like, "What's your attachment style?" I said, "Gmail." And then she asked me, like, "No, it's like anxious, avoidant, fearful." I was like, "Right now, fearful." And she asked me, she's like, "What's your body count?" Now, my friend had asked me to never answer that question. So I said, "It's high." And she's like, "Haha, yeah, sure." Do you know how infuriating it is when someone does not even believe that you're capable of being a hoe? She did not believe me. Then she asked me, it's like, how much do you bench? I didn't know what it meant. Because I've never been to gym. You can say. So I said, how much do you bench? And she said 245. I'm like, same. Now, I weigh 135. She told me, she's like, first, drink some protein shakes and bulk up. I did. I did drink protein shakes, and after a couple of weeks, I found out that I'm severely lactose intolerant. So I developed a serious gut issues, and I was down to 115. It wasn't going well at all. So I told my friend Andrew, I'm like, hey Andrew, this is not going well. What do I need to do? And he's like, don't worry, dude. There are plenty of fish in the sea. And that's a weird thing to say. It's like if I went to a supermarket and said, hey, do you have salmon? And they're like, no, but there are plenty of women in the market. How does that help? Then I went to my therapist, and I told her, I'm like, look, be honest, it's not going well. What do I need to do? And she told me that, Vineet, you need to accept that you are a beta simp. For those of you who don't know beta simp is, it's a guy who has no spine. So I'm like, you're my therapist, you can't say that. And he's like, oh, what I should have said is that you have a tendency to attract this really strong alpha females, and you like to become their little bitch. I'm like, how is that helpful as well? And then she told me, she's like, well, a little bit about my therapist, first of all. Before I hired her, I asked her, like, where did you do your training? She told me that I learned everything from School of Hard Knocks. Now I'm from India. I thought that was a real school. And then she sent me, she told me, I'm like, yo, you need to help me out. You need to tell me something. And she said me that I'll send you a couple of memes that will help. And one of the memes said that, you want to be alpha? Fake it till you make it. So like, that sounds good. It's easy. And then my sister called me after the session, and she's like, hey, stop by CVS, and I'm like, and what? I'm not doing shit. And she was like, stop by CVS and buy me some tampons. And I was like, regular absorbency or ultra plus? In India, you know, the cows are very sacred. When I got here, I realized that they're also very tasty. Damn you, ribeye. Yeah, before, now when I look at the cow, instead of going to heaven, I think of it going to a Texas roadhouse. Yeah, the priest asked me, it's like, hey, there's a cow, do you want to put some flowers? I'm like, how about some barbecue sauce? And you know, now that I speak Spanish, I don't have an Indian accent in Spanish. So when I approach women, I go, hola bonita. Vamos a mi casa para unos chupitos. And she thinks she has found her Latin lover, Benito. Next morning, I wake up and go, baby, you want some coffee?